Hey folks, welcome back to Old Boy Georgia Guitars and More. Today I was wanting to touch on the subject of first guitar for beginners, people just starting out. You know, a lot of people, their first question is, what kind of guitar do I want? You know, a lot of people, they got their favorite group, favorite guitarist, and they, a lot of times gravitate toward that guitar, whoever they like, that's what they want, that guitar. But not necessarily is that what you really need to do, in my opinion. To me, starting out, you want a very comfortable, versatile, lightweight guitar. It's something that you can modify to fit your style, whatever you want to do as you develop and down the road without having to go buy a whole different guitar, 2 or 3 guitars. And, just in my opinion, the Stratocaster is, probably by far the most versatile guitar out there as far as easily modified. You can change it from like this dual rail setup here. It's got dual rail pickups. You can, change up single coils. You can change to single coil humbucker. I mean, it's however you want to do it. And as you develop along and what kind of music, the sound you're after, you can change that without having to change, to a completely different guitar. And then these guitars having instead of a set neck, they have a bolt-on neck. So, you can change the neck. If you decide you like a rosewood fretboard over a maple, or a maple over a rosewood, or you have a guitar that's got a 9.5 inch radius and you'd rather have a 12 or 16-inch radius, you can unbolt that neck and change the neck. Whereas with Les Paul or some other type of guitars, whatever neck comes on it, that's what you have. So, there's a lot of different feasibility with them. I mean, like this one, for example, has 2 humbuckers. So, this is easily changed to something you can change back, change the pick guard, change the electronics, just a whole wide variety of stuff that you can change on these without, little at a time, rather inexpensively. And to me, the Stratocaster is kind of like the Chevrolet of guitars. I mean, it's just, parts are cheap and plentiful, and, it's just a good all-around guitar to start with or to stay with. And really, a lot of the parts not all parts are interchangeable. I mean, there's all kinds of strat style guitars, but if you stay with a Squire, for example, pretty much they're pretty much going to be the same. You can pretty much change things out. Now, there is differences in body thickness, where a lot of your Squires, the body is thinner than on a standard, like a Mexican or American Fender. Now, this Squire standard has got the full thickness body. And I'm not sure which Squires. I think maybe the Classic Vibe, some of those, and the standards have the full thickness body. What you run into with that sometimes when you go to upgrade is your cavity isn't deep enough in this area or wide enough in this area, and you have to take a Dremel and cut down to clear the switch, or maybe cut out or route out around to put bigger pots in. That's a problem with some of them. And also, not all the bodies are routed the same. I mean, like this one's set up for single, and a humbucker, or you can put 3 singles, whatever. Some of them are like this one here. This body here is routed for a humbucker, single humbucker, and it's also routed for a Floyd Rose, and it's also the full thickness body. So, before you go, you buy a single coil Strat, and then you decide you want 2 humbuckers, you need to check under the cover, under the pick guard, to make sure that your body is routed out, or you'll have to route that out to fit whatever pickup you want. Not all of them are the same. So, but they're pretty versatile because once they're routed for this, you can put 3 singles in this same body, but you also can put the humbucker, 2 humbuckers, single, whatever. So that works out really good with that, and you're not really limited as much as, say, a guitar like this. I call them an open face. They don't have the pick guard over it, and pretty much what it's routed for is that's what you've got. I mean, you're pretty much stuck with whatever. This one here is routed for the Floyd Rose. This is going to be a project I've got coming up where I'm going to build that Eddie Van Halen Frankenstrat themed kind of, guitar. It's not going to be exact. It's the wrong body exactly for that. But anyway, that gives you an idea. But really with the Strat, you have a lot of different options that you don't have. Maybe a Telecaster would be my second pick as far as being versatile and able to change things. And it's just anybody's liking what they want to do. But I feel like in the beginning, when you're not really sure exactly what you want or need, you can buy that guitar at an affordable price, and then you're able to upgrade it, change it little by little and affordably. And then they're easy to sell. They're probably the most popular guitar. I would say there's probably more Stratocaster style guitars out there than anything else. So that was just my thought today, kind of on people starting out and stuff that they maybe are wondering, what should I buy? And I'm not saying I'm right that that's exactly what you should buy. Some people will probably disagree. So, I'd like to have some comments on this. Everybody share their ideas. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the little box down here and subscribe, or and hit the bell, and I'll let you know when I'm going to put up another video. And like I say, this Eddie Van Halen style guitar, I'm going to be, putting it together. It's going to be a little different because I'm going to use a scallop fretboard on it. It's not going to, like I say, I'm not trying to make a replica, just a theme kind of guitar. So, I'd appreciate you subscribing and like this, and, give me the thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever. So, until the next time, thank you.